Hey, and welcome to another Tech Tip Thursday. We are back in Edmentum, and today I want to talk a little bit about reports. So I'm going to go ahead and go to courseware and go to my training account. And from my training account, I'm going to click on this menu button. So you have this menu up at the top, but you actually have a second menu with these four dots right here. If you click on that, you have a menu here, okay? And under resources, we have the option to do reports. So I'm going to go ahead and click on reports. And there are no reports that just come up. I mean, they're under classic reports, but you get the option to create reports. So I'm going to show you how to do a progress report. I'm going to focus on this weekly progress report because I think this is probably what most of us will do when we're counting whether or not students are doing lessons, okay? So I'm going to call this weekly progress report. And you give it a name because you are setting the parameters for this report. So it has a general, and you can view samples of all of these. So if I click view sample, you can see that this is, you get a little chart, and then you get each task and whether or not they completed it. So if the bubble is full, you know they completed it, and if they have a grade, typically for us, if they have a grade, that's what makes it count as an assignment. So that would be 1, 2, 3 because this person did a test. So they did 3 lessons that day. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and this is going to be my weekly, actually, this is Kat Demoson. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hit next step, browse my student directory. Now you could choose all students in a class. I'm choosing Kat Kenyon specifically because I know that Kat has done work in a specific course that I can show you. So I'm going to go to Ohio Government, hit done, and most students will not have that many classes. Next step, scheduling. So you can schedule it to happen once, or you can schedule it to recur. So let's say that you're this person's senior advisor and you're going to check in with them once a week. I would just schedule this report so that it automatically generates once a week and you can look at it. Okay, not going to share it, but this is nice. You could totally share it with selected contacts. So you can select a specific person to share it with, right? So if you had a parent address in there or students you could share it with. Okay, and then it asks what grade you want to show. I'm not sure which of these grades you're going to want to show. This will be something that we'll discuss at the Edmentum training with Allie. And next up, let's generate the report. And it does take a little bit for it to generate the report. But this is going to give me progress for Kat Kenyon for each week. And actually, I already did this report down here. So I'm going to click on this one rather than, oh, no, there it went. So, okay. Notice it downloads as a PDF. I'm going to close this. And I get Kat Demos weekly progress. So you have this nice little chart. She started at week 4, going strong, did some work week 10, but she's had some attendance problems. But when you scroll through, you can see, if I were going to count this, I would say that Kat Kenyon did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 assignments in week 4. So that would be a good week. She did 5 assignments. That's pretty good, right? If Kat Kenyon could just do work every day, she'd be in good shape. So that is what the weekly report looks like, and I think that is the one that most of us will be using to monitor students. There is some built-in monitoring that I've talked about that I think we'll also be using, but everyone's been asking me what is the report that we're going to use to figure out if students have done work, and I think this is where you'd go in if you actually wanted to count the number of assignments a student had done. I hope you all have a great week. Thanks.